I went to Jerusalem, and after staying there 3 days, I set out during the night with a few others. I had not told anyone what my God had put in my heart to do for Jerusalem. So Nehemiah leaves in the middle of the night to go and start inspecting what is around him. He assesses the things that are broken down. He starts walking around the ruins, the rubble that's all around him. He goes and where it says in the scriptures there that the gates that where they used to enter into the city, they were burned down. So he's noticing all this. He's assessing what is going on. And I can only imagine what Nehemiah is feeling in this moment. Can you imagine? He gets down, he's by himself, he's walking amongst the rubble. I bet he felt a little overwhelmed. Have you ever felt overwhelmed at the thing that God is asking you to do? It's a little bit too big, the thing that you know needs fixing. I think Nehemiah was heartbroken. I think he was like, look at this mess. I mean, where have things ever been so bad that you're like, where do you even begin? I think this is where Nehemiah's at. Where do we even begin? See, it's one thing to hear about the devastation when you're far away, but it's another thing to see it. And Nehemiah was seeing it. And so he goes, through the rubble, and then it says this: the officials did not know where I had gone or what I was doing, because as yet I had said nothing to the Jews or the priests or the nobles or the officials or any others who would be doing the work. So what is Nehemiah doing here? What's he doing here? He says there, right? He says right there, he's like, listen, I had told no one. Nobody knows about what God has put in my heart. The officials, all the people who are actually probably going to be helping do the work, they don't know anything yet. This is something that's just been brewing in Nehemiah's heart. He hasn't said anything. Why? I mean, think about it. If God, he gets this passion and vision and mission from God to go rebuild the walls. Don't you think he'd be like, yes, let's go, everybody. He's telling everybody, we're going to go rebuild the walls. We're going to go do this. We're going to fix it. We're going to make a difference. It's going to be awesome. Why say nothing, Nehemiah? Why not shout it from the rooftops? Here's the reason, is because leadership goes alone first. Leadership walks the rubble first. Leadership goes alone. See, I don't think here in this moment when Nehemiah was walking through the rubble, I don't think he was actually just seeing the rubble. I think at first he was. I think he's processing all this. But then I think he started to envision the walls being rebuilt. He started to see it. He was seeing where things were at and what things could be. It actually started to fuel him. He actually started to get a vision. And as a leader, you have to give yourself the time and space to see what can be. To see what can be. Oftentimes we skip this step. We have the passion and then we share it with the world. But Nehemiah gives us a beautiful example of what I call the discipline of gaining vision. The discipline of gaining vision, letting it marinate, letting it simmer, whether it be, listen, you guys, in your family, in your marriage, in your neighborhood, in your workplace, wherever, when you are trying to build something, to change something, to grow something, you have to see it first. You have to see it in your mind's eye. So what do you see for your family? What do you see? What do you envision? What's broken that needs to be rebuilt? What do you see? What do you see in your workplace? What do you want to see in your workplace? What do you want to see in your marriage, in your friendships, in the group that you hang out with, your community? Let's not skip this step. Let's take time. I want to challenge you this week to take 30 minutes. What is it that you know God has placed in your heart that needs attention? You guys, there is no small thing. Do you hear that? Maybe it's a situation that you're having with your toddler right now. Maybe it's just a simple conversation that you need to have with a friend. Guess what? Here's the deal. Sit down to actually think about it. To think about it and think, okay, what is the vision? What do I see? Because this is what I know too. When you are envisioning it, I believe this, God will help give you the steps to actually accomplish the vision that you want to. We'll see that in just a second because it's beautiful. It's one of Nehemiah's greatest, just leadership contributions, I feel. Because he'll give you a vision, but then you also start to go, this is how this can happen. This is how I should say this. This is how this should be. You know, it wasn't until after Nehemiah gained the vision that he could cast the vision. You get that? It wasn't until he saw it that he could say it.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning into our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you can stay connected with everything going on here at City First Church. To watch the full sermon this video is taken from, click here. And to watch more inspirational clips like the one you just saw, click here. Thanks so much for watching and God bless.